Hello and welcome to the Codex Prime Podcast. We are on episode 110 and it is Tuesday, February 20th, 2018. I am your host, Victor Omoyo, straight out of Wakanda, and with me as always is my co-host and social media chair, Carl Bird.
Now, since you said you're straight out of Wakanda, I had to take some time to pray on this. So I'm going to say that I am a citizen of Zamunda. Okay. But I have Wakandan citizenship.
I approve. Yes.
Give a damn if you approve or not. That's just what it is.
Sure. Whatever. Oh, man. But yes, we are here. We're going to be talking about Black Panther. Yes, the movie, the 18th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which just came out last Friday. We're going to get into an all spoilers review. So if you haven't seen it, please
mute it.
Just mute it once we get to the review. We have some other stuff on the docket as per usual. And as always, we thank you all for tuning in for another week of goodness and magic and nerd awesomeness coming at you. Yo, man, I'm just so amped, man. I mean, as you can see here, for those who are viewing us on
Kyle.
On Facebook video. What's up, Kyle? Thank you for joining us as always, man. We do have on display the complete volume of Black Panther, A Nation Under Our Feet, written by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Very good Black Panther story. If you're a fan, even if you're not familiar with the world of Wakanda or Black Panther as a whole, this is definitely a good place to start. Check it out. Some fantastic artwork as well, and an interesting political story to boot. So check it out. A Nation Under Our Feet in stores now. So with all that said, Mr. Bird, what have you been up to?
Well, when you have a sick girlfriend at home and she's planning a birthday party for a soon-to-be 3-year-old,
nice.
You don't really have much time, for your nerd life. But I've been making it happen. So I can give you a quick update on my 4 February challenge.
Okay.
So I have finished the 3rd game.
All right.
And I have finished the 2nd story arc in Dragon Ball FighterZ. So I'm just one more story arc away from actually completing the 4 February challenge. I won't be able to do 5 games in one, but I mean, that's an accomplishment in itself. So
awesome. Yeah.
And then I also this is actually something that you put on the docket. We can both dabble on. Chris Rock's latest special, Tambourine.
Yeah,
he ain't finished no damn 4 February, Kyle.
Yeah, Tambourine on Netflix.
But yo, Chris still got it.
Oh yeah, man.
Demos don't count.
Yo, shots fired. Yo.
Oh, what's going on, Grande?
Hey, welcome. So yeah, Tambourine, man. Yo, I really enjoyed that special. Chris Rock still got it. He never lost a step in the stand-up game. And this is his first special since 2008's Kill the Messenger. And yo, like what I really found eye-opening about it was just how personal it got. Like I had no idea.
That's the best. That's what makes the best comedy is when like it's about you. I think Kevin Hart's Laugh at My Pain was so successful. Like he was literally talking about his life experiences. I think all the stuff about Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, like all those Richard Pryor, like all that stuff that Richard Pryor said he did.
Yeah.
He did. We don't need to go into detail into what he did.
True.
But he did.
Yeah. Freebasing, setting himself on fire. Yeah.
And amongst other things. So of course, he got into like, his infidelities and
which I was gonna say.
Playing your role in a relationship. Sometimes you just gotta be the temper. Sometimes you're the lead singer. Other times you just gotta be in the back playing the tambourine.
Yeah. Sometimes you play lead. Sometimes you gotta play the tambourine.
Yeah.
Hence the name of his special.
Yeah, he actually changed it. It was supposed to be like, what was it? Like the Black something tour.
Really?
Yeah, but because of the whole tambourine subject that he got into. That's what made him change it.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I found it eye opening. Like not only his infidelity, how he cheated on his wife with 3 women, when he was out and about.
He was like, so I know some guys looking at me like 3. That's it.
I work at UPS and I pull more hoes than that. I had no idea he also had a porn addiction. I mean, wow, that's serious. He also talked about his custody battle as well. I also liked his some of his other topical humor, which he got into, like with the politics and.
Oh yeah, you can't have a Chris Rock special without politics.
Mm-hmm. Also, his whole take on the anti-bullying movement, which I thought was
so true.
I thought it was really interesting. I mean, even though like it's tongue in cheek, like I don't. It's not like he's advocating bullying or anything.
No,
but
he's not. But he's like, you know what? Like we didn't have that back in the day. Mm-hmm. Like growing up, if you had a bully, you had to step up to him. They didn't have these like, you know, stop the bullying groups and all that. You know.
Yeah.
It just seems, you know, we live in it's just part of this PC world that we live in today.
Yeah, you think that we're getting too soft?
Yes, hands down.
I see that too.
Play Eddie Murphy's Raw today.
You can't.
I don't even think they show it on TV anymore.
Oh, there's no way you could. You have to edit the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth watching it edited at that point.
No, you can't watch. You cannot watch something worth. You cannot.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, even a show like In Living Color would not fly by today's standards. No, Men on Film. Oh my God, you'd have so many Twitter activists like hashtagging the fuck out of that show to to oblivion. I will say that I mean that's a whole other discussion about how too PC that we've gotten. Like, you know, I think that in real life, you know, people can tell the difference between a joke and what's serious and what's an insult. Whereas like the whole media discourse kind of makes it sound like, oh, well, you can never joke about a certain group of people or ever. It's like, come on, man, we're not that precious. All right. You know, life is hard enough. I mean, that's why we have comedy, to laugh at controversial stuff so we can get through it, you know? But yeah, so, you know, stop being soft, people. But anyway, yeah. Any other thoughts about Tambourine?
Oh, I just recommend anybody to watch it. First of all, like I'm a bit biased because Chris Rock's always been pretty much. He is my favorite comedian.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. So like, I already knew firsthand that it was gonna be funny once I turned it on, and then. Secondly, I mean, like I said before, like Chris Rock's Bigger and Blacker, like that was like my Bible.
Was that the one where we had that sketch between there's black people and there's N-words? Or was that Bring the Pain? I think it was definitely.
I want to say it was Bring the Pain.
Yeah, it was definitely one of them. I know he stopped doing that sketch because he found out that some white fans didn't get the joke, but
it's okay, and that's all right because the joke just wasn't for them.
Nah, but like it was a lot of truth in that though.
Oh, it was 100% true.
Yeah, but
100%. Trust me, growing up the way I did, I knew that I seen the difference.
Oh, so have I. Hell, I still see it today. Shit. Yeah. But yeah, man. Tambourine. It's on Netflix. Definitely, if you're a fan of Chris Rock, that's one special that you should not miss. And Chris Rock, you know, he still brings it, man. And I love to see more, you know, more material from him. You know, we haven't seen too much from Chris Rock in recent years, except like Top 5, which is still funny as hell, and his voiceover role in Madagascar. And that's about it, really. He should do more stuff because more Chris Rock is what the world needs. Yeah, that doesn't count. So yeah, more Chris Rock is what the world needs. How about
Chris Rock is at the point where he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, or like,
didn't he host the Oscars a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think he hosted it twice. It was like 10 years ago, I think. Yeah. How about like a Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle Netflix team up? That would be the shit.
A battle of egos.
Yeah, I mean, not quite. I mean, there's respect there.
No, there definitely is, but it's like. They're both, you know, headliners. They both can definitely get more than $500,000 on Netflix. So.
Oh, hashtag Monique. Indeed. Yeah. Any other things?
That's pretty much it.
All right. Not much going on my end. Let's see, still playing through Final Fantasy 15. That game's got me hooked. Right now I'm on chapter 7. I'm accruing so much experience that by the time I reach chapter 9, I can cash it all in.
It'll be your 35th birthday?
Nah, it won't be that long. No, it won't be that long. Like by the time I get to chapter 9, because I have so much experience, I can actually cash that in because my party's at level 42. I could probably get them to like level 60 something with the experience I have, and at this point I could still like walk right through the main story because it's so easy now because I'm concentrating on side quests and hunts. And that's like the bulk of the game, but I can't help it because the side quests and hunts are so much fun, and the world is just so vast and gorgeous that it's like
pretty much like
you're
pretty much like Dory. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Ooh, side quests.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like every side quest that comes up, I just jump on it, get more experience, get more gil, and it's fun. It's really fun, even though like so far the main story is still kind of Like it's not terrible, but at the same time, it's not that compelling either. Maybe it'll get better the more I concentrate on the main story. But as of now, like 36 hours into the game, and the main
core. Not 35, 36 hours into that game.
I am.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ. And
I'm nowhere near finished.
It usually takes you like 2 weeks to like beat a game, maybe even less.
Yeah, like if I'm.
Well, you got your time's occupied now.
Yeah, it is in many ways. But with so many other games that I do have on my docket still, like I like to take my time through games. I don't want to rush through stuff. So Final Fantasy 15.
That's why you couldn't do the 4 in February?
Right, that's pretty much it.
See, the key is you just play short games.
I know, but that'll distract me from Final Fantasy 15, and I don't want to do that.
Sure as hell did distract me from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
But I needed that break. Because there were some parts in that game where I was almost like ready to rage quit, and that's a game I do not want to rage quit in. Oh no,
not at all. And that's a game you need to take your time with.
You do, yeah, you do. So I was like, you know what? Let me take a break. I got challenged by it by Ed. So I was just like, you know what? Let me take a break from this because there's no way in hell that I'll be able to do 4 games with Horizon Zero Dawn included.
True.
So I was like, all right, boom, 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 boom. I'm 3 out of 4. Only 1 story arc left. I can do this.
Yeah, indeed, man. So yeah, so I'll provide more Final Fantasy 15 updates as we go, as I inch my way towards completing the game.
Thinking about buying a PS. Yeah, I think you should do that.
Oh, he's not a PS4 guy?
Yeah, he's an Xbox guy.
Yeah, get a PS4. It's well worth it. Yeah, you might as well get a PS4 Pro because that's like the most updated edition.
Oh yeah, definitely do that.
Yeah. Even if you don't have a 4K TV, I mean,
it's still worth it.
Yeah, get a little minor graphical boost. But yeah, besides that, I did catch Monday Night Raw last night, which is definitely one of the best episodes of Raw I've seen in some time. Like it began with a gauntlet match with Seth Rollins' 65-minute performance. He wrestled Roman Reigns and beat him. He wrestled.
Adrian.
Yep, he wrestled. Yeah, thank you. He wrestled and beat John Cena, and then the
whole wrestling world is thanking Seth for that.
Oh yeah, and then at the end, Seth Rollins, he was starting to run out of gas, and then Elias came in and beat him, but there was no loss on Seth's part because he got a standing ovation from the crowd, and you don't see standing ovations on Raw, so Seth Rollins earned that. And he proved that he is the Iron Man of Raw. Monday Night Rollins. Give him the Universal title.
You know what's funny? I saw that shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty cool shirt, though, I gotta say.
It's not the one I want to get.
No, you want to get those.
I want to get these hands. That's like such a... Shout outs to AJ, too. He made that popular for me for, like, video games and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, you want to play me in this fighting game? Yo, you can get these hands. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what? That was cool. I need to get that.
Yeah, it's well worth it. But yo, Rollins, man, earning that paycheck, and you know what? I think Rollins deserves a second chance with a world championship. In this case, the Universal title, since he's on Raw. You know, his first championship reign I wasn't 100% in love with, but I think where Rollins is at now,
He was a different guy.
He was a heel, but I thought he was booked too much to be too much of a chicken shit heel. He kept winning.
Oh yeah, and he had J&J security and stuff. Like,
yeah.
It's pretty much a whole new character.
Yeah, a whole new Rollins. So I think that he would have a much improved world championship reign if he got the belt the second time. So yeah, big ups to Rollins for that awesome performance, man. And also you had the women compete as well.
Oh, and the six woman.
Yep.
I had it on the TV, but I was at work last night, so I was kind of.
Yeah.
And Miss Champ was terrible.
Yeah, I agree.
But then heel authority figures.
Well, not only
into the way.
Yeah, the whole heel authority storyline and the fact that Seth Rollins kept cheating to win most of his matches and it was too much of a chicken shit heel. I agree that his WWE Championship reign wasn't the best, but definitely still better than Jinder Mahal's. But then again, anybody's is. But big ups to Rollins. We need to see him with the Universal belt by the end of this year. Hopefully by SummerSlam. Maybe you can, have Roman Reigns inevitably go over Lesnar at 34, and then have like a program between Rollins and Reigns, and then throw the Miz in the mix somewhere.
Literally, only one person will be happy about Reigns going over.
Oh yeah, Adrian.
But if it's gonna set up to that, then I'll be cool with it.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that. As long as Reigns loses it by SummerSlam, we'll be cool. Speaking of WWE, after WrestleMania 34, they're actually going to merge the pay-per-views.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so each pay-per-view, so instead of like brand exclusive pay-per-views like Payback and Extreme Rules and all that, they're going to be merged into big 4-hour super shows. But there's going to be no Raw versus SmackDown matches. Right. It's just going to be Raw's block and SmackDown's block.
Yeah, and I'm actually okay with that. Cuz it's like the storylines won't have to drag out so long.
That's true.
Because remember, back in the day, you was able to do that. Like, remember, there was only four major pay-per-views. Yeah. You had storylines and rivalries going on for like 3 months in between.
Yeah.
Now we're living in a what's going on, Paul? We're living in a world where like nobody wants to read more than 140 characters. I think Twitter actually updated where you can type more.
I think it's like 280. I want to say. I think.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So people don't really have that type of attention span anymore.
I don't believe that.
I'm not saying all people, but mostly society. Like we're in a pretty fast-paced society now.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let's 3 pay-per-view. Every rivalry gets like a 3 pay-per-view block, and then it's just on to the next one.
Yeah. But I think with I think it's a smart move to have like one pay-per-view every month rather than like having the pressure like catching up with the pay-per-view every 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And plus maybe this is a WWE's way of like budget cutting as well.
Possibly.
Because they got rid of Pyro for that very reason. Yeah, but hey, we'll see how things go. I'm hoping that I'm a little weary though because even with a 4-hour pay-per-view, WWE still has the nerve to have overrun sometimes, especially at WrestleMania. Like
God, WrestleMania.
Yeah, like the last 3. No.
Yeah.
No, the last 2 actually, 32 and 33. Yeah, they still had the nerve. The shows were already 4 or 5 hours. They had the nerve to go all the way past midnight.
Yeah, they did.
Man, moderation is key, people. But yeah, that's some interesting news. So we'll see how that unfolds in the future. To answer Kyle's question on the chat, why do I hate Roman so much? I don't hate Roman Reigns. No. Contrary to what you've seen on the podcast, what you may believe, no, I don't hate Roman Reigns. I think he's very talented. I think he's entertaining. However, I don't think that he is the premier babyface, the John Cena 2.0 successor like Adrian believes so much in his heart and soul. I don't believe Roman Reigns is that guy.
Shots fired, Adrian.
Like, I believe Roman Reigns is a top player, but he's not the top player it's a difference, you know. It's like for example, with Daniel Bryan, the fans organically believed he was a top main eventer because he was booked that way, and and it was easy for the fans to believe in him. With Roman Reigns, we are told explicitly by Vince McMahon that Roman Reigns is the guy. This is the guy. We're told Roman Reigns is the guy. With Daniel Bryan, we believe it. That's the difference. So that's why, you know, I kind of dig on Roman a little hard. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What we got for what we've been up to. We got some news and items of interest here, and the first headline here. This goes to Paul's comment as well. Jeff Jarrett. In a surprise bit of news, Jeff Jarrett. Surprise is an understatement. Jeff Jarrett is joining the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018. Really, that guy.
I will say this though, I never had a problem spelling his name.
JEFFJARRETT. Jeff Jarrett. Ting. Oh man. Now, question. Will Kurt Angle deliver the induction speech?
Hell no. But please, WWE, just do like an awkward camera moment. Like an awkward moment on camera.
Oh, yeah, with Kurt Angle sitting in the crowd, in the audience. Let's see.
Something. Like, I looked on Twitter, and I'm just like, yo, there's no, like, tweets from Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Oh, and if you don't know the story, well...
Jeff Jarrett stole Kurt Angle's wife.
Yeah, that's why.
You can't. There's no need to go into no
sugarcoating.
There's no sugarcoated. There's no need to give a whole story. That's what it is in a nutshell. He stole. Is Karen gonna be there?
Awkward.
You know it's gonna be so messed up because fans are so petty.
They are.
They're gonna bring it up.
Oh, they're gonna chant something.
Oh my God! There's gonna be some chants. I mean, come on, fans are the worst. Fans are awful.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on. If you remember, at the I want to say it was the first NXT Brooklyn where Triple H opened the show, and Triple H wanted the crowd to just be quiet to like give the fact that he was just alone in the arena, and then when the lights go off, everybody's cheering. Yeah. Well. There's actually some video footage of while Triple H was trying to do it, and they were trying to quiet down the crowd. Yeah, and there were fans cheering Chris Benoit.
Oh man!
And Triple H just said, "That's not funny. Be quiet."
Yeah, that's not cool, people, man. But yeah, Jeff Jarrett, man,
Vince is after something.
He is.
He has to be after something.
That's true. He's got to be. Like, he's got to come after that TNA Global Force Impact Library, whatever they call themselves nowadays.
I can't even tell you. I think it is like a merger. I think it's still Impact, but it's just like Global Force is like has merged with it.
No, because it was TNA, but then they changed their name to Impact. Then they changed it to Global Force Wrestling, and I think they changed it back to Impact.
I can't keep up anymore. I can't keep up anymore.
Yeah, there's a hashtag among wrestling fans called LOL TNA because TNA is just so incompetent management wise. It's funny because like here's a question too. It's like, will WWE finally acknowledge TNA or have their wrestlers be allowed to acknowledge TNA on programming? They have.
Yeah, in Jeff Hardy's documentary, like he actually had mentioned that he went to TNA and he actually said TNA.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In the what do you call it? The Kurt Angle 24. Dixie Carter was in it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she was.
Yeah, they didn't mention the TNA name, but they said that he went to go work for him, and then talked about all the stuff that he was going through and all that.
Yeah.
But she's not even with them anymore, huh?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, and
WCW Part 2.
Indeed. And it's funny too because like I remember the final episode of Nitro with the simulcast, and Vince McMahon actually made it a point to mention Jeff Jarrett on the air. He's like, as far as Jeff Jarrett goes, he's double G, double O, double N, double E, gone. And I'm like, damn, what the hell is that about?
And it was crazy. I went like once I read that, I was like, Didn't Jeff Jarrett say something about Vince when he showed up the night after losing the pay-per-view to China, losing the belt to China? Because he showed up. Yeah, he lost the belt to China at a pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. Then the very next Monday, he was on Nitro. He hits Buff Bagwell over the head with a guitar.
Yeah.
And then he was saying something like, "How's that for stroke, Vince?" Or it was "bitch." I still couldn't really understand it. Mm-hmm. Like I rewinded it like twice, and then after a while, I was like, "Oh well, he's in the Hall of Fame now."
Indeed. And then Jeff Jarrett, he came up with that catchphrase, "slap nuts." Yeah. Just so random, but he made it work in WCW.
He did.
Former world champion, intercontinental champion.
6-time.
6-time, man.
Yeah, so, he's a good intercontinental champion.
I had no idea he won it that many times.
Yeah.
Interesting. And he introduced us to Road Dogg, who was the roadie.
Right.
Yeah. He might. I think Road Dogg will give.
Be my baby.
Oh my God, I remember that song.
That's for the old school fans out there.
Yeah, the new generation era. But yeah, I think Road Dogg
badmouth the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I think Road Dogg will give the induction speech most likely, or maybe they'll give somebody random. Sometimes they do that.
This is true, but the only person who seems fitting is Road Dogg.
Yeah,
who else can do it? Like his former tag team partner Owen. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a person who beat him for the Intercontinental at China.
Deborah McMichael. I keep calling her Deborah McMichael.
Well, that's who she. Well, she was married. It was Steve McMichael.
Yeah, Steve McMichael. Then Austin.
Austin. And I don't know. I think she probably married again.
Yeah, I never knew her maiden name. I just.
Oh, I knew it too.
Yeah.
I actually just looked it up yesterday.
Yeah, I just keep referring to her as Deborah McMichael for simplicity.
Well, because that's what when she first came into the business, that's who she was.
Yeah, but yeah, Jeff Jarrett. Marshall. There you go. Yeah, but Jeff Jarrett as a wrestler, I always thought at best he was.
He's all right.
All right. Like I never bought him as a world champion or as a main eventer, even though he made himself a main eventer.
Yeah, that's okay. You can't knock him for that.
Yeah. Plus, like his.
But he took advantage of a failing WCW. Doesn't Jarrett's dad have like a piece of the Memphis video library? No. Vince bought that years ago.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he did. Does Vince also own Mid Atlantic South? It's funny because like
he owns it all.
Because I was gonna ask about that because you know how Ric Flair is always billed as a 16-time world champion.
Yeah.
But if you count his Mid Atlantic South championships, it's technically like 21.
No, it was all NWA.
Oh, it was all NWA?
Yeah.
Okay. So did they like combine those reigns or something?
Well, everything was under the NWA banner.
Okay.
So it's like when you like the NWA champion would go to like all the different territories and defend his championship. So all the different territories were acknowledged under the NWA banner.
Oh, okay.
And so Ric Flair or whoever was the champion at that time was their champion.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, Jeff Jarrett, Hall of Fame. Definitely a surprise entrant, but I'm interested in seeing what he has to say come the Hall of Fame on WrestleMania weekend.
Oh yeah, the speech got to be. They gotta give him open mic.
Oh yeah, and hopefully we'll get.
If not, the crowd will take over.
Yeah, and if not, then we'll get some awkward camera shots of Kurt Angle smiling awkwardly in the audience.
Oh my God! Please.
Smiling politely as he can.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure Kurt's at peace with his life right now.
I'm sure. I think he's remarried. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's getting the WWE.
Jeff Jarrett is raising one of his kids though.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe we'll see a Jeff Jarrett Kurt Angle match on WWE television. Vince will probably mind that real life animosity towards a real match, but
he did it before.
Yeah, he'll did it before. He'll do it again.
That's Matt Hardy and Edge.
Yep, or Mick Foley and Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were too old and beat up to wrestle it.
Yeah, true. So yeah, so there's that, and we have one more wrestling headline here. Rich Swann has mutually parted ways with the WWE. The former WWE Cruiserweight Champion left the company as of last Thursday following his indefinite suspension stemming from charges of false imprisonment and misdemeanor domestic battery. He was cleared of all charges due to a lack of evidence. WWE did not elaborate as to the reasons for Swann's departure beyond their stock statement of wishing him well in his future endeavors.
I think it's healthy for this point. Like, just let things calm down and stuff. Let him go back to the Indies, build himself right back up.
Yep.
I mean, and it looks like if they said that they mutually parted ways, so it's probably they left on good terms and stuff. And so, like, I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, hopefully, maybe by the end of the year at some point.
Paul says Karen Angle on a pole match.
Get Vince Russo to book that one.
Oh, my God.
Vince Russo loved his pole matches.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, Rich Swann, man, hell of a talent, man. And he had
I just hated this guy. I hate the whole dancing gimmick. That's the only thing I didn't like, but it's like, yo, he just seemed like I watched him in episodes of Up, Up, Down, Down. Like, he just seemed like a cool kid to like hang with.
Yeah.
And then, like, and the dude was talented.
Yeah, highly athletic.
He was, highly athletic, highly talented. It's unfortunate that things, those things happen.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully he'll make his way back to WWE and build himself back on the Indies. Maybe we'll see him in New Japan because he's
done some time. He has done some time in Japan or overseas.
Yeah, maybe we can get some Will Ospreay Swann matches.
Oh.
Yo, yes.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Next up, Arnold Schwarzenegger to play the President of the United States in the Kung Fury sequel. He will join writer, director, and star David Sandberg, Michael Fassbender, and David Hasselhoff.
Yo.
This movie can't get any fucking better.
Yo, Schwarzenegger.
How much are they getting paid for this movie?
I have no idea.
It can't be expensive.
No, I mean, I want to know what the budget is. That's a good question because
it can't be. It has to be like $50,000.
Like probably more than that. Definitely like in the six figures at the very least.
I wouldn't even give it that.
I mean, this is some strong star power here.
It is.
Schwarzenegger, Fassbender, Hasselhoff in Kung Fury Part 2. Yo, you can tell they're going for the Oscar for this one. They totally are.
They're not even going for it. They just, you know what it is? People just know how ridiculously bad it is, but it's so bad it's good.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It just seems like a fuck it, I'll do it project, and it just works.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah, and as I said last week, like if you haven't seen Kung Fury, like I said, words do not do it justice.
Half hour out of your time.
It's on Netflix and YouTube. Like words do not do it justice. Just watch it. Watch it and get back to us. That's all I gotta say. So,
oh my God, please watch it and email us at codexpandpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes,
please do that.
Yes, indeed, man. Some other movie news: the 71st annual BAFTA Awards, the British Academy Film Awards, took place on Sunday night. We had some big winners as well, leading up to the Oscars next month. 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, has won 5 BAFTAs for Best Film, Outstanding British Film, Original Screenplay, Leading Actress with Frances McDormand, and Supporting Actor Sam Rockwell. The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro's film, won 3 BAFTAs with Best Director, Production Design, and Original Score by Alexander Desplat. Blade Runner 2049 won the Cinematography Award for Roger Deakins, very well deserved, as well as visual effects. Gary Oldman won Leading Actor for Darkest Hour. Coco won Animated Film. Dunkirk for Sound. I, Tonya won Supporting Actress for Allison Janney. And I Am Not Your Negro won for Best Documentary. Good rundown of winners.
Some tells me that 3 Billboards is gonna win movie at the
Best Picture at the Oscars. Yeah, I think so. It's been sweeping major awards categories in the major.
But didn't Moonlight do that last year?
It did for several. I think La La Land was the one that swept the most awards, most awards, and then Moonlight took the big one with the Oscar for Best Picture.
Cheap ass win.
I mean, well, it was
it's a well-deserved win, but it's just that the way it was presented was just so cheap. It just like cheapened. It just cheapened.
Oh, with the
it's just like cheapened the moment.
Yeah, it did with the goof.
Yeah.
Yeah, La La Land, and then right in the
Was
middle
it
of
Warren Beatty?
well, he didn't make the mistake. Like somebody backstage did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that person got fired. Well, two people got fired as a result. But yeah, with the Oscars coming up, I think it's March 4th, I believe. It's the first Sunday of March.
Yeah, they're usually in February. Like
Usually like last Sunday of February, sometimes in March.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think Three Billboards is going to ultimately win Best Picture, and I think Guillermo del Toro is going to win Best Director, which I think both well deserved. Even though there is a backlash going on with Three Billboards.
Really?
Yeah, some people are just saying that this movie is overrated. This movie doesn't deserve all these wins. It's not that good.
I still haven't seen it, so I mean, I'm literally taking your word for it.
Yeah, I mean it's a good film, but I wouldn't mind if it won. But I'd be more pleased if other films won it, like Get Out or Shape of Water or Dunkirk. That'd be awesome if Get Out wins. I would root for that.
I'm definitely rooting for it. So.
Yeah. Got some video game related news here for all these predatory AAA developers. A U.S. senator takes aim at predatory loot boxes and microtransactions. Senator Maggie Hassan, Democrat from New Hampshire, is asking the ESRB, the Entertainment Software Ratings Board, to review loot boxes and microtransactions in video games and decide whether or not a disclaimer should be included on a game's cover. Hassan says that loot boxes raise several concerns regarding the use of psychological principles and enticing mechanics that closely mirror those often found in casinos and games of chance. The potential for harm is real. Hassan's concerns echo similar criticisms and concerns that loot boxes and microtransactions are glorified gambling practices that target gamers who have addictive tendencies, as well as, and most especially, children. The ESRB has officially considered loot boxes to not be a form of gambling, and as such should not be regulated by the government. Now, you going to say something, Carl?
No, go ahead.
Well, I will say that, loot boxes and microtransactions, I think developers like EA Games, Activision, they're becoming way out of control with it. Like, just like to the point where gamers are spending literally like tens of thousands of dollars for like DLC. Yeah. And EA is just like milking them dry. And it's like, even for people who have addictive tendencies, like, and they have money to burn, that's irresponsible. And I think EA Games, they got some blowback. Well, not only balls for doing these microtransactions, but they got some blowback from Disney for pushing microtransactions so hard in loot boxes in Star Wars Battlefront 2. So right now EA is on thin ice with Disney because of using the Star Wars property to milk more money from fans with these microtransactions through Battlefield 2. So I will say to this real quick, I miss the days where games were just $60 and that was that.
Yeah.
And any DLC was just a bonus. And nowadays you got like Call of Duty and like other games from Activision where it's like, $60 is like gets you in the door, and you got to spend more and more money, like hundreds of dollars.
It's
just
like
to get
going to the club.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like going to the club. The $60 that gets you in the door, that's your cover charge, and then the DLCs are the drinks.
Yup. Pretty much. And the drinks might not even be that good.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm very picky when it comes to, I'm guilty of, buying DLCs, just like, I'm just very, very picky with it. It has to be a game that I like. It has to be for a game that I absolutely love.
Oh yeah. I agree.
That it's like, okay, is it worth it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Like I will probably end up like buying like some of the DLCs for Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, I'd say that's worth it. Yeah. And like DLC, there's nothing wrong with it in and of itself, but like if you're charging people for like reskins or like different colors on a costume or your character, that's where it becomes a problem.
That's what I would agree with that. But like I do like where you had to like play, a certain amount of hours and then you can earn like extra stuff.
Yep.
So I mean, I think it's like you can still play like a certain amount, or if you do want them faster, then you can pay. I like having that option. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, I don't have to, but like if I really do want them, then I'll spend the $5 or whatever.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, man, these mainstream AAA game developers, they got to get their act together, man, because games are becoming way too expensive as it is. I mean, and that's a good point, Paul. You spend $60 plus the season pass for some games, which is another $30. Yeah. So get it together, and this goes beyond pre-ordering games, people. You know, don't be part of the problem.
I still pre-order games because I want my guaranteed copy. That's literally all it's for. If I get some bonus shit, then hey, so be it. Cool. But like when I pre-ordered Dragon Ball, because I pre-ordered it, I got Super Saiyan, God, Vegeta, and Goku.
Word. That's what's up.
So I mean,
yeah, I mean,
it's not bad. Who cares?
I mean, yeah, there's
got a little figurine with it too.
That's cool. Pre-order from the right developers. You know, if it's from Ubisoft or EA Games, not so much.
Like I said, if it's a game I want, I just make sure I want my copy on hold.
True. Yeah.
Just like with Best Buy and your Marvel Steelbook covers.
Yeah, man. I'm
gonna start collecting all the MCU movies.
You should. I mean,
collecting everything else. What the fuck? You might as well.
You might as well. And I think Thor Ragnarok, the Steelbook's coming out in like March 6th. I think.
I'm worried about the Steelbooks.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a nice little visual. And,
yeah.
Yeah, and they sell out mad quick too. So, yeah. So last news headline, which flows into our main topic here. An activist group helps register voters at Black Panther screenings.
Yeah, they took advantage of that shit.
Oh, yeah. The group is called the Electoral Justice Project, or the EJP, which is an arm of the Movement for Black Lives organization and is led by Kayla Reed, Jessica Bird, no relation, and Rukia Lumumba. Together, they started the hashtag Wakanda the Vote, which has garnered tremendous support online and social media. Their Wakanda the Vote campaign aims to register new voters for the upcoming 2018 midterm elections, and the EJP encourages those who are interested to text 91990 with the word Wakanda, which will let the EJP help them register to vote. Hey, I'm down.
Shit, you know what? It's a great put. I support that. Like if you're gonna use something that's extremely hyped, as the Black Panther movie, where they know they're gonna get millions of people, where they know that millions of people are gonna go see it, and then why not take advantage of that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And plus, like, there's like that also reminds me of the Black Panther challenge. Like
like shout outs to Kobe Dennis, who was supposed to be here, and we were supposed to do it at It's Here Barbershop, but unfortunately, conflicting, scheduling conflicts come up.
Yeah.
So you got your two favorite guys.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so.
But shout outs to Kobe. He actually issued people to do the Black Panther challenge, and he raised a lot of money for a lot of kids to go see Black Panther. He's actually taking a lot of them out today. Actually right now.
That's really cool.
To watch it.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey, 2 thumbs up to that, man. Because it's you don't ever get to see great black characters in a mainstream big budget Hollywood film on this level. So. Hey. Especially
like the way they were portrayed. Let's just get into it.
Yeah,
let's get into it.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into it, man, because we got so much to talk about. We're talking about Black Panther, which just dropped in theaters last Friday.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the film yet, please put this on mute and get back to us. If you have seen it.
It actually debuted Thursday.
Yeah, it debuted Thursday
night.
Thursday night for like fan screenings, but open nationwide on Friday. So yes, Black Panther. This is the 18th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Good Lord, yes, and it's been 10 years since the MCU started with Iron Man back in 2008. This film stars Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, Danai Gurira, Letitia Wright, Daniel Kaluuya, Winston Duke, Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, Andy Serkis, Martin Freeman, John Candy, Florence Kasumba, Atanwa Kani, Sterling K. Brown, Isaac the Bank Hole, and Denzel Whitaker.
I was gonna say you can pass it over to me just so you can get take a breather.
Oh no, I got it.
Yeah, all right.
I'm good. And this was directed by Ryan Coogler, his third film following Fruitvale Station and Creed, and written by Ryan Coogler and Joe Robert Cole. This film follows T'Challa, aka the Black Panther. He returns to his native homeland of Wakanda to assume the throne following the death of his father T'Chaka.
That happened in Civil War, so it's happened like literally right after.
Yep. And so Black Panther soon finds his reign challenged by the villainous Eric Killmonger Stevens, played by Michael B. Jordan, and it's up to T'Challa and his people to save their country. Does Marvel's latest film in their cinematic universe live up to all of the immense hype? We will find out. So, as always, we will begin with you, Carl. What did you think of Black Panther?
It lived up to the hype.
Yes, it
completely.
did.
Like I was amped when I knew that it was coming. I didn't even know much about Black Panther at the time, and once I learned, I was like, "Hey, they're actually gonna do a Black Panther." And then I'm like, Chadwick Boseman. I liked 42.
Mm-hmm. 42. Get on up.
Get on up. I've seen bits and pieces of. I never had a chance to sit down and watch it, and when I did, I really did want to watch it. What's going on, Aris?
Hey, Aris, what's up, man? Just in time for the Black Panther discussion.
Yep. But so yeah, I was like, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm cool with it. And then after a while, I started hearing more and more names being being joined to the cast, and I'm like, this shit's gonna be fucking serious.
Yeah.
So then once they showed that he debuted in Civil War, I'm just like, and he turned out to be the best pretty much one of the best characters in Civil War, if not the best. Mm-hmm. The hype just kept getting hyped. Like, I just kept getting more hyped and more hyped. And I'm just like, and then now, it finally came. It's finally here. And I'm just like, oh yeah, not to mention the soundtrack.
Yeah. Kendrick Lamar and others.
Just got me even more excited. So I'm just like, you know what? And then now that it finally came, completely lived up to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah, this movie, I had such high hopes going into it, and I was like...
A lot of people did. So in a way, I was so nervous.
Yeah, me too, because like when you look at the history of Black superhero films, it's a pretty dismal one. I mean, us growing up in the 90s, what did we have?
Child of the 90s, Aris.
Yeah. Like... What did we have growing up? We had Meteor Man with Robert Townsend.
For the record, I enjoyed it because I was a kid, and I just wanted to have fun.
Yeah, we had Blank Man with Damon Wayans. We had Spawn.
Wait, whoa, okay.
Spawn was trash. The movie, not the comic.
But I'm just gonna say this: I was a Spawn fan, so I was just happy just to get a Spawn movie.
That was just crumbs, man. That movie amounted to
but you know what it was? It wasn't what Todd McFarlane wanted it to be.
Right.
It wasn't really supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be like that. Mm-hmm. But the studios at the time, the budget that they gave him, he had to work. That's what they gave him. He had to work with what they gave him.
Yeah.
Oh, Steel is another one.
Oh God, Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey, Shaq was breaking backboards, okay? They was throwing him in everything.
Yeah, he had his own rap career going on too, Shaq Fu.
Hey, hold on. We'll say this though. You can't stop the rain with Biggie was a fire track.
That was actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Shaq is actually the best athlete turned rapper ever.
Yeah, I'd agree. Because we had Allen Iverson and Kobe trying to rap.
Allen Iverson, Kobe, Deion Sanders.
Really?
Oh God, yeah.
Wow.
Prime time.
Man. So yeah, we had those movies. Our one was Blade, the first two. The Blade Trinity doesn't exist. So Blades 1 and 2, those were great.
Sorry, Triple H.
Yeah. But then again, Blade wasn't a mainstream hero for all ages.
Right.
Yeah, it was an R-rated gritty vampire, fiction. Hancock, which sucked. I'm sorry, that movie was trash. Good idea, terrible film. And that's all we had for black superhero films, really. Oh, and Catwoman. So So with Black Panther, it had the weight of expectations on the shoulders, and after watching it in the theater, I came away loving it. I was loving it throughout the film.
Yeah, I rode home with you. You did not shut up.
I did not. I could not shut up about this film. I could not stop Facebooking and tweeting.
No, you was going in. This weekend, Jesus. I'm like, damn. Can you say some shit for the podcast, dude?
I mean, I was just. This movie was just so invigorating.
It's like you Googled Black Panther every 10 minutes just to find something.
Yes, I did. I absolutely did. And you know what?
I was just taking a guess, but okay.
Like a slight exaggeration, but this movie was invigorating. And what I really loved about Black Panther was that it was an MCU film that didn't feel like any of the other MCU films, but it still very much fit in that universe. And that was like a tricky balance that Ryan Coogler pulled off. So effectively.
I went in there thinking, I went in there like, oh, okay. I went in there as like, okay, it's another MCU. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't think so much of it as a black movie because you know what? It was a superhero movie. I was going to go regardless.
Right.
And I knew that, the black community was all up for it. They were all going to go support it, but I just didn't see it as a black movie. I just knew I saw it as a superhero movie. Mm-hmm. But it was just so cool that I was starting to see more and more people getting so excited over it. Mm-hmm. People actually doing their research on Wakanda, doing their research on Black Panther and stuff. Like his first appearance in Fantastic Four.
I think it was Fantastic Four issue 50. It was
61, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it was issue 50, Fantastic Four, 1966. Because he was originally created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Yep.
52.
52. Oh, close.
In July of 1966. All right, you're closer.
Yeah, and for me, this film, it just felt so refreshing because it's very much a standalone film, even though it does fit in the larger MCU. So even if this is like literally your introduction,
didn't have to see any. Yeah, you did not have to see it.
Yeah,
you didn't have to see any of them.
Right. This could have been your introduction to the MCU. If this was your first film, you came away with like, wow, this is great. I want to see the others. But man, this film was just so awesome. And also, what I loved,
it could have survived as a standalone film as well.
Absolutely, it could have. And you know what? I think this film is definitely a game changer for the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward in many ways.
Right.
Like. There's so much to get into. Like one of the big reasons that I really like this film so much is how it explores issues of identity, specifically like black identity and racial politics. The movie doesn't shy away from it, but it does it in a way that it's accessible and it's not preachy. Like it gets its point across to its characters,
right?
And especially through who I feel is the best villain in any of the MCU films, Eric Killmonger Stevens, played by Michael B. Jordan.
I actually felt like he was he was driven by anger. He had anger and vengeance on him, on his spirit.
Yeah,
but his reasons were justified.
Absolutely.
Like when he rolled up into Wakanda, and he's just like. He said, look at you guys, we're sitting, you guys are sitting, like, there's like millions of people out there struggling, going through slavery and, black on black crime and all that. And y'all sitting here just chilling. Mm-hmm. Y'all eating good.
Yeah. Because Wakanda is like this isolated nation that's managed to avoid, being colonized by, invaders from Europe, and their technology just grew just from vibranium.
They prospered while everybody else went through their trials and tribulations.
Yeah. So while the rest of the black African diaspora was enslaved, Wakanda was just in its like little slice of heaven, building themselves up. And then that's a big source of anger for Killmonger,
right?
Who grew up in Oakland in the 90s, which was a fucked up time back then.
Shout outs to Aris for that one.
Yeah, Aris had that awesome joke. He's like, hey, like in regards to T'Chaka killing Killmonger's father. Who was
an interesting fact about that?
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You keep interrupting me, but go on.
I'm sorry, it happened. But you notice that the guy who played young T'Chaka was actually the son.
Yeah.
Of older T'Chaka.
Yeah, John Candy.
Yeah. I just found that out like yesterday, so I was just like, it just hit me.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm excited.
That was really. I thought that was a really nice touch.
Yeah. But go ahead.
But yeah, but Aris brought up an interesting joke. It's like as far as like Killmonger's father, played by Sterling K. Brown.
Didn't even know that too. And I'm sitting there like, I sent a joke to my sister like, when you find out that Randall from This Is Us is actually from Wakanda.
Yeah. He's like, Aris was like, hey, he like in regards to Killmonger, it's like, hey, sorry that my dad killed your dad and left you in Oakland in the 90s. That's fucked up.
I was like, yeah, that really was bad.
Yeah.
It was crazy, like in that scene where they show Sterling K. Brown and who turned out to be the younger version of Forrest Whitaker's character.
Yep.
They actually showed like the riots going on TV.
Yep, the Rodney King riots at the time.
Like they just pawned off it, and I'm like, oh snap, they're really looking. I'm like, yo, good shit right there.
Yeah, and it's like, with Killmonger, it's like he grew up like he grew up in that environment, and so like it's like and T'Chaka just like covered up killing his father and just like left him there without saying a word. So not only did he grow up as an outcast, but he had to grow up in the system of being a victim of prejudice and racism in America as a young black man growing up.
Possibly poverty.
Yeah, and like, and then he grew up. He made a name for himself. Went to MIT, then went to the army, then became a killing machine. Trained to destabilize governments, which he actually did in Black Panther.
Yeah.
And so, like, with Killmonger and his methods, and he was cold-blooded, too. Even went so far as to killing his own girlfriend. He didn't give a fuck. Like,
we're going to be all right, babe. Boom!
Yep. Just to get to Ulysses Claw. And, like, for Killmonger, it's like, I did not agree with his methods, but I completely understood where he was coming from.
Yeah. He was actually justified, but it's just like, he was driven by so much hate and vengeance that, like, he just... Like, you could not rock with him. He had to be stopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed. And that's a good point, Quincy, on the chat. Same with Forrest Whitaker's character, Zuri, who was actually played by Denzel Whitaker, no relation to Forrest.
Really?
Yeah. And he was also in, they were both in The Great Debaters as well. I think because he also played his son, too. Forrest Whitaker's character's son in that movie.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I remember watching The Great Debaters. That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was. And Zuri too. He had a hand in covering it up as well. He was like, hey, we can't expose Wakanda. So even if it meant, leaving one of our own behind, so be it. And what's interesting too is like when you look at Killmonger's motivation and the motivation of say Lupita Nyong'o's character, their goals were the same. Like they wanted to like expand Wakanda for the good of mankind, but they had very different intentions.
Right.
And so even then, like Nakia's like, yo, we have all this technology. We have like over 2 billion of our people, black people all over the world. We can really help them,
Yeah.
And T'Challa, even though you understand where he's coming from, is like, yeah, but if any of our technology ends up in the wrong hands, then that's
he didn't want to take that risk.
Yeah, that could be the end of Wakanda itself. So I got to look out for our people too. So you can kind of understand like the struggle of both. Yeah. Like the isolationism versus like branching out. So like every character in this movie, like their motivations, you understood where they were coming from, even if you disagreed with them. And it just went beyond like, oh, I'm the bad guy. I want to destroy everything just cause. Then that's it. Like Apocalypse or like all the DCEU villains. No, these people had real motivation and characters. John Aponic. Anyway,
we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we will get to that.
Relax.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm relaxed. I'm good.
We're at 80. Let's go back to 60.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. But so yeah, big ups, man, to the writing. The writing was just on point with the characters.
Yeah, like, and just the actors alone, just like for nailing it. They embrace it. This was a passion project.
Yeah, it certainly was. Like
you can just tell by just the way like the way how everybody signed up to start to play in this movie, and then just Yeah, you can just. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
having like
Yeah, like
right
you
now.
can-
You can
like-
just tell. Like,
Yeah, you can see the enthusiasm.
hey, thank you.
Yeah, because they all knew like what this project meant.
Yeah, what it meant and what it could do, what it could be. Mm-hmm. They knew.
Yeah, and also too, like I also liked some of the other characters, like M'Baku, who was the head of the Jabari tribe, who was the first to challenge.
He just became like yesterday. He was me. I'm the social media chair, so I'm on social media a lot. Mm-hmm. He was a lot of MCMs.
Man Crush
Mondays. Yeah, he was a lot of them.
Yo, Winston Duke, who plays M'Baku, the leader of the Jabari tribe, he was the first to challenge T'Challa for the throne. And like, I just loved like how he kept interrupting Everett Ross. Every time like he tried to chime in, he just went, and it's like, but I was, I was just, and then they all just kept like barking.
Exactly, like it had so many. It had so many elements. I had elements where you felt for the characters. You felt some sadness. You felt some triumph. You felt some. There was some comedy in there. Yo, Ulysses Claw was hilarious.
Oh my God, Andy Serkis. He chewed the scenery and he made the most of it.
He did.
Yeah, you could tell he had a ball on that set.
Yeah, he had to.
Like that, the opening scene where they rob the museum, and he tells that one last dude, like, "Oh, you can run, go off, just tell it, we won't do anything." He lets him run off. He's like,
this motherfucker here.
Why'd you do that? It's like, well, yeah, you don't want to make it too professional where everyone's all crowded in at once. Make them all spread out. It's like, damn, that's some cold-blooded logic. But but you know what's interesting too is like the fact that Andy Serkis and Martin Freeman are the only two white guys in it, and they both starred in Lord of the Rings.
Three
three. No,
three white guys.
Who's the third?
Stan Lee.
Oh yeah, right.
How can you?
Of course, Stan Lee with his cameo in the casino.
You gotta love Stan Lee cameos.
Yeah,
you gotta love him. I saw a meme too, and it's just like, yo, don't you hate on Stan Lee making his cameos? All right,
he earned it, man.
He does this.
Yeah.
He does this. This is just what it is.
Yeah, and
it was a good cameo because he's like in a place where there's multicultural people there.
Yep.
So it's not like you're gonna see Stan Lee in like the middle of Wakanda, like
like a tourist.
Like a tourist or something, or anything that was disrespectful to the culture. No, no, not at all.
Yeah, like his scene took place in South Korea.
Yeah,
in Busan.
Like a little casino where Ulysses Claw was about to sell the vibranium that was stolen from the museum early in the movie.
Yeah, he was about to sell it to the CIA through Everett Ross.
Yeah, and
that's how they all meet. And I gotta say that scene was badass too.
Yo.
Just
Okoye, played by Denai
Guerrera.
Guerrera, is that how you really pronounce it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I never knew how to pronounce it.
Yeah, 2 R's.
All right. Yeah. But she was so. First of all, she's badass with a katana.
She is.
So now that she learned how to work a bow stick, like, I don't think there's anything that this chick can't do.
Yeah, she rocks the action scenes, man. As the head of the Dora Milaje.
Yeah.
Like her and Lupita Nyong'o, and of course Chadwick Boseman, like they were kicking ass in that scene.
Their chemistry was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Their banter back and forth.
Oh yeah, especially Letitia Wright's character.
Oh, Shuri, the T'Challa's younger sister.
Because of them, I actually see like future Dora Milaje projects.
Yeah,
like their own comic line. Maybe like ABC will probably pick up like how they do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter and stuff. Like they'll probably have like their own show like explaining like the origins of the Dora Milaje. Maybe I wouldn't say Netflix, but you never know. Maybe another series on Hulu since Runaways is doing okay.
Yeah, and also too. In fact, there was a short-lived a series on the 2 members of the Dora Milaje, Okoye and Ayo, I believe, and it's called World of Wakanda, and that's written by Roxane Gay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was only 6 issues, but I heard that was also pretty good too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that casino scene was cool because like the way it was like lit with the red and burgundy and gold like color scheme, it kind of reminded me of the casino scene in Skyfall like because it looked so similar, and they were both badass scenes too. So I was like, oh, that's a really nice touch. And in fact, the cinematography of this film was Rachel Morrison, who did the cinematography for Fruitvale Station and Mudbound, which she was nominated for an Oscar as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
Ryan Coogler's got to get his people.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler's 3 for 3.
He's 3 for 3. And you know what? I think with Black Panther as well as Thor Ragnarok, it's like Marvel is starting to give directors more freedom to put more of their like stamp on these films.
Yeah.
And you definitely see it with Black Panther as well, because Ryan Coogler was very keen on getting his people on this project rather than like Marvel's in-house team of their, camera people and whatnot.
Yeah, good decision, Kevin Feige.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I got to say, like, Shuri, like, she had some of the funniest lines in the film. Oh, my
God, the comic relief. They're called sneakers.
Sneakers. They're like,
dude.
Those sneakers kind of look clean, though. I was like, you know what?
I still wouldn't rock them, but, I mean, they're dope.
Just tweak the design a bit. Yeah. I might buy them. And she was like, I have a question for you, T'Challa. What's that? What are those?
Yeah, but, yo.
Pointing at his sandals.
Yeah, and that's how, the writers were not culturally clueless.
No, they weren't.
Because literally that trend kind of died, like, sometime last year, maybe a little before that. So it's like, we haven't heard it, and I haven't heard it in a grip. So then, like, when she just came out with that, it's like a tiny bit of nostalgia from like a year ago, but it was like, yo, the timing was just perfect.
It was, and when we saw it with a packed house at Providence Place, like
everybody was the whole theater was laughing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Shuri, she's actually like genius level, even more so than Tony Stark. Yeah. So you know what I was thinking? You know what? You don't even need to include Riri Williams in the MCU. You can just have Shuri.
You can, but you know what? Riri Williams and Shuri competing against each other? Kind of genius.
You know what? Like maybe post Avengers 4, like with a whole new MCU line. I could see that. You know what? I would like to see that. That could work.
It can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Letitia Wright,
and they're both like fairly young. Like I don't know how old Letitia Young's character was supposed to be.
It's like 16.
Riri Williams is a genius 15-year-old.
There you go. Hell, they can have their own like series of movies or even TV shows, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But it has to be Letitia Wright.
Oh yeah.
She nailed it.
Yeah. And the technology it was just so dope.
It was
like the hologram projected cars and vehicles.
Yeah, the cars, the little walkie-talkies that was just in their hand.
Yep.
And they just appeared. They just magically appeared.
Yeah.
And they're just talking to him. I'm like, yo, that is like.
Yeah, they're like literally in the year like
100. That's like FaceTime like 50 years later.
Yeah, like Wakanda. They're living in like 3018.
Yeah.
We're still in 2018.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also too like the action scenes too were very well done. Like the car chase in Korea.
That was that was cool.
The two fight scenes in the waterfall where it's like a M'Baku versus
that was
T'Challa.
like the ceremony
to be king, yeah. And then like Killmonger, who man, he beat the shit out of T'Challa. Like, he was like, "This your king."
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the markings.
Which symbolizes that every person that he's killed.
Yeah.
He wore those markings with like a badge of honor.
Yeah, man.
Like he's just he was on the dark side.
He was like he was coming for that crown and he got it.
He did.
And Forrest Whitaker, he tried to stop him. He's like, "Yo, don't take T'Challa, take me." Okay. No hesitation.
None. Which actually brings me to one of the something I have in my notes. Mm-hmm. This is pretty much a Lion King.
Plot wise?
Okay. Yeah. Father dies, son succeeds the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Am I?
Yep, that's happened.
Okay, T'Challa, quote unquote, dies. Simba runs away.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gone for a while. The evil relative takes over.
Yeah. Wow.
The protagonist has a vision of his deceased father.
Mm-hmm. The spirit plane.
Yeah. the Spirit Plane, and then of course, in the Lion King.
Yep.
The Remember Who You Are scene.
Mm-hmm.
They were brought back by their love interest. Nakia does go back, of course, along with Queen Ramonda, and who else was there?
And Shuri.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nala goes back to get Simba. Well, she finds him. She goes to look for help and finds Simba.
Yeah.
Fights for the king. Fights his evil relative for the kingdom.
Yeah. Manny wins.
Yeah.
Damn. That is the Lion King.
Like, I'm literally like sitting there, I'm like, wow, this really is Lion King.
Yeah. Holy shit. That just goes to show you,
some stories can be retold.
Yeah.
And what was the Lion King based off of?
Hamlet.
There you go.
Yeah. So it shows you it's like no idea is original, but it's not what you do, but how you do it. Yeah. Damn. And that Black Panther in a nutshell.
Yeah. And speaking of Queen Ramonda, Angela Bassett, tell me she did not. First of all, hey auntie.
Oh,
that shit had me dying.
I was rolling with
it. Shout outs to my aunt Sandra, because I wanted that became a gift already.
Yeah, I
by
did
Sunday.
See it. Yeah.
So I saw that my aunt Sandra out in California. Shout out to her. She went in traditional African gear.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And I saw that. I said, you know what? Boom. I was like, I had to use it. Hey, auntie. My cousins and sisters who already seen it were dying.
Oh, man.
So, and then this is a meme. Well, it was a meme. It was a picture that somebody screenshotted, but shout outs to Ayana the Diva. Mm-hmm. She actually tweeted this and posted it on her Instagram. So she goes, so y'all mean to tell me Angela Bassett done played Rosa Parks, Coretta Scott King, Tina Turner, Betty Shabazz, Valletta Wallace, done got her groove back, burned her cheating husband's clothes, and gave birth to a king of Wakanda, and y'all still ain't gave Auntie no Oscar?
That is true. That is damn true. Angela Bassett, one of our greatest actresses, never won an Oscar. She was nominated for What's Love Got to Do with It.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Eat the cake anime. Oh, man. But looking at Angela Bassett and with the white hair, I kept thinking to myself, Fox had such a missed opportunity. They should have cast her as Storm when they had the chance.
They did. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and I think
they wanted to cast Halle Berry just for sex appeal and stuff.
Actually, if I remember right, I think they did approach Angela Bassett, and Angela Bassett actually turned them down because she thought that a comic book movie was beneath her or something to that effect. This was a news headline years and years ago. I might be misremembering, but I do think Angela Bassett did turn it down, the role of Storm, when she was approached by Fox. But man, you know what?
That could have been. It could have been a blessing. It probably could have been a blessing in disguise.
Maybe, but you know what I would like to see? Now that Disney owns X-Men, owns 20th Century Fox, the entertainment division. If they can keep the MCU, but they can have another separate line of standalone films.
Yeah.
And have an older version of Storm, playing that Regal version, and then you can have a successor, still with Alexandra Shipp, who's currently playing.
Well, you do know that cool. Storm is supposed to be married to Black Panther,
right? That's true, but I'm just saying, in the film version, you can have an older version of Storm with another version of Black Panther if you want to go that route, a separate line, a separate film outside of the MCU. They can still do that, I think.
Listen, they own it. The world is theirs at this point.
Yeah, entertainment world. But yeah, I just love seeing Angela Bassett in this film. Even though her role was mostly supportive, she brought that regality to the film.
I think after this, she's probably going to be known as Auntie. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, you know what? If it leads her to be cast in bigger films, bigger roles, I would love it.
Bigger projects is on the way for her.
Yeah, she deserves it. Hell, she has a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, man.
She does have a star.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some good validation for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you know what? I will say, the one thing that really popped out in this film to me was the costume design and the production design. like,
and it was all true to. I see that you put one of your many Black Panther posts this weekend. Like I see 4. You post as I forgot her name.
It was a Twitter user by the name of let me see, Diasporic Blues.
Right.
Yeah.
She gave like the history, or like at least brief descriptions of like various like garments that were used in the movie. Like I know you have some.
Yeah, like she showed like this Twitter user Diasporic Blues, like she showed like the visuals from the film of like the costumes and outfits with the real life inspirations from like different African cultures, like for example the Zulu headdresses, like the ones that Ramonda wears in the film, the Maasai designs for the Dora Milaje armor from Tanzania and Kenya, the Basotho blanket that Wakabi wears, Daniel Kaluuya's character. Yeah. Even the language, which is a Xhosa, I think I'm pronouncing that right, which is from a South African dialect, right. which stands in for Wakanda. Like there was a lot of like awesome inspirations. You could tell like the costume designer, like Ruth. Let me see, Ruth E. Oh man, Mr. Name. Ruth E. Carter. Yes, Ruth E. Carter. She was the costume designer for this film, and she was also the costume designer for many of Spike Lee's films. Mm-hmm. And I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
I love that movie.
Yeah. So Antonio Fargas with the yellow pink costume.
That was her.
That was her.
Oh
yeah.
my god, I love that scene.
Oh my gosh.
And you know that the Sean and Marlon Wayans was in that scene?
Oh, they were?
Yeah, they were the kids. They were the kids in the back room laughing.
Yeah,
and they chasing them.
The goldfish platform shoes, man. But yo, Ruthie Carter, yo, she deserves an Oscar nomination for her work in this film because like even T'Challa with some of his outfits, like yo, I want that shirt, man. But yeah, like it was like painstakingly.
Speaking of shirts, I noticed you got your, your little dashiki that you wore to the theater.
Yep, I wore this dashiki. Which I got from Nigeria back on my trip in 2011. I broke it out, wore it for the Black Panther Friday night premiere.
I wore one. I wore one as well. I wore. Shout out to my friend from work, Ben. He lent me one of his. This today, I just got my Black Panther T-shirt on.
Yeah. But yo, real talk, a lot of people were stunting.
Listen, I was getting my ticket I was claiming my ticket from the machine that they have. Mm-hmm. And there was this one girl, I should have got her name and stuff. She was like from head to toe, face paint and traditional face paint and everything. Yeah. So I think she took a picture of me or of, getting the ticket or whatever. And then I just looked at her. I was like, and then she just, I'm like, oh, she did it with pride too. Like, beat her chest. I'm like,
yeah, man.
I'm not knocking you, sister. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's an awesome greeting right there.
I mean, the cosplay was everywhere. I mean, it started Thursday night.
Yeah.
Like, people literally showed up dressed up as Akeem and King Jaffe Joffer from my favorite movie, Coming to America.
Yep. Oh, some people had some women came up with the rose petals too.
Yeah. Oh, there was a video of that one. I had a good laugh at that. Yeah. I mean, the hashtag, you can just look up the hashtag Wakanda Forever. Like everybody, like so many people, so many families just taking pictures in front of their the Black Panther poster, and just get up. I saw a video of these young girls. I believe I posted it on our Facebook page, where like these young girls, they were dressed up as full Dora Milajes.
Oh wow!
And they had they did like a traditional dance.
Nice, that's awesome.
Like we didn't play. I saw a lot of people, downplaying. I'm like, listen, Star Wars fans, they can cosplay to the theaters.
Yep.
Harry Potter fans, everybody has their little lightning bolts, their little wand sticks and everything. Mm-hmm. Nobody says nothing to them.
Nope.
But when we want to stunt, people want to try to. That's just people just trying to rain on their parade. Yeah. Let us be extra.
Yeah, man. So get the stick out your ass. Stop being all bougie and pretentious. Mm-hmm. Shit. Yeah. But yo, man,
don't just be bougie people. Don't you want to just slap them sometimes?
I know, right? It's a bunch of douchebags, right?
They're too. They just want to. They're too extra. There's no need to dress up in traditional African garb to a superhero film. Shut up.
I know, right? Dummies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yo, man.
And not to mention the soundtrack was included.
Yes. Yo, I gotta say, man, I gotta applaud
I'm still bumping the soundtrack.
I still am too. But I gotta applaud this film for solving the one problem I've had for the previous 17 MCU films. Ludwig Göransson provided an excellent musical score.
The same guy who did Creed.
Same guy who did Creed.
The dude Ryan Coogler, he gets his people.
Yeah,
he has his team.
It took Ryan Coogler to get his team, specifically Ludwig Göransson, to provide the original score for Black Panther, and the score is actually memorable.
You know, he's actually he signed to Rock Nation.
He is?
Yeah.
Good for him. Yo, I can hear that. I can definitely hear it, like in the production.
Redbone by Childish Gambino.
There you go. Yo, and he also did the music for Community, the show.
Oh really?
Yeah. So yeah, Ludwig Göransson, man, his score was off the chain, just as good as Kendrick Lamar's soundtrack. Like,
you know,
it's
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like a seamless blend of orchestral compositions with African drum beats and chants. It's the cure for the common MCU score. Like, all the MCU scores are just like temp tracks that they forgot to switch over to real scores. But Black Panther, the music is on point. Like, Kendrick Lamar, he brought the heat. So did Ludwig Göransson. Both the score and the soundtrack, they're on Spotify. Listen to them both. Yo, big ups to Ludwig Göransson.
Now, what's one crazy about Kendrick Lamar? You know, he was only supposed to do just one song for the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Ryan Coogler let him watch the movie, and he just basically was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing the whole soundtrack."
Good for him. He got inspired.
The movie. The songs were actually inspired by the movie. It's not like a traditional soundtrack where they just like throw a whole bunch of songs. They just do a whole bunch of songs and say that it is.
Yeah.
But this one it actually is inspired by the movie. And Kendrick is on every song.
Yeah, he is.
Like, maybe not as like a huge featured artist, but maybe like doing an ad lib or something here or there. Maybe short verses here or there. But like he's on every song.
Yeah, and it was cool hearing some of the songs in the film.
Yeah,
the soundtrack, like "Pray for Me" in the casino scene.
Oh yeah,
all the stars in the closing credits.
It was perfect. Like, it was perfect.
Yeah, like, man, the score is just awesome, and so that just showed that, like, even down to that element, like they were not playing. Though Ryan Coogler and company, they were playing for keeps. They wanted to get every single element right, and they did.
Let me ask you this. And John Aponic, you can tune into. You can chime in on this too. Do you think we will see the same amount of love that when Cyborg gets his own movie?
I don't think so. No, because right now DC, they're gonna attempt to reboot the DCU with Flashpoint.
Right.
So, and Cyborg was just there in Justice League.
Yeah, he was aluminum foil. wrapped around a laser pointer.
Pretty much. That was him.
Street Junkies in there on his trailer.
Yeah, that was him. So, DC needs to step their game up as far as like black heroes are concerned. But,
and you know what? They could. I mean, I've been hearing good things about Black Lightning. I don't know if you're still watching it.
I watched I gotta catch up, man. I've been slacking.
I know you are. I know you watched the first episode.
Yeah.
But I still been hearing some good things about Black Lightning, and I would like to see Static Shock.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. But
if they're gonna do Static Shock, they have to do it right. They have to do it right, just the same like how they did with Luke Cage too. It's like you have to get people who are not culturally clueless.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's that's the problem nowadays. Is like, with anything, just like when they just put the wrong people behind it. #H&M.
Yup. Coolest monkey in the jungle.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But then another meme has come to my attention where they showed the picture of Nate Parker's film Birth of a Nation.
Yeah.
And next to it was an empty movie theater. Then they showed Black Panther.
Yep.
Full and everybody in African garb pretty much this weekend. Every movie theater this weekend. I do have, a shout out to all the movie theater employees.
Yeah.
Because I worked at a movie theater back when I was 18. I know the struggle, except that the big movie that I had to deal with.
Yeah.
At that time, especially working at a movie theater in Baltimore, was Drumline.
Oh man,
Drumline's a good movie.
It is a good movie,
but it like sold out. It was like packed every week for like maybe a month or two.
I know Maryland's pretty big with like marching bands and whatnot.
Oh yeah. It's part of the culture down there.
Yeah.
So it brought to my attention. So like people was like, oh, how come they didn't? Okay, here's a movie that was, that Nate Parker raised the money for himself because no studio wanted to back him up. They tried to shut it down by bringing up his rape allegations from when he was in college that he was acquitted for, and nobody really like supported it.
Yeah.
But yet Disney puts this out, and everybody's supporting that. So.
Yep.
I'm thinking is because I remember you reviewed Birth of a Nation.
Yeah. And
you said it wasn't a bad film.
No, it wasn't. But I think
like it told a good story, a story that I think our generation should learn about. So I'm thinking that because now that people are more socially conscious, culturally conscious, conscious. Thank you.
Yeah.
That people will actually go back. And watch Birth of a Nation, and then Birth of a Nation can actually be a success. Because if you can remember, there have been movies that weren't so successful in the theaters.
Yeah.
But yet, when they came out on DVD or when they were available in other various platforms, that they actually became successful. One example I can think of was Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
Boondock Saints wasn't really that big in the theater, but yet it's like a cult classic now. So I'm actually hoping that this could happen with Birth of a Nation because I believe that the Nat Turner story is an important story, and Nate Parker hasn't done anything since.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of like Hollywood blackballed him.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. It's like he disappeared.
Yeah,
it's like stay out.
I went on his Wikipedia and I saw that was the last thing he's done.
Yeah,
and he actually said in an interview that he was perfectly okay about that. He wanted to make sure that that was his dream project. He wanted to make sure that movie got made.
And he did. And he's a talented director too.
Yeah, he's very talented.
Yeah, and you know what? Hopefully, hopefully Marvel can give him a chance to do something too. Or Fox or something. Because he deserves a good project.
I can't picture him. As a Marvel character as of right now. Like
maybe like something to direct, and maybe something like it could be even a Netflix series or something. Yeah. Give him something because I hate to see good talent go to waste, especially over like a serious allegation, but that was almost 20 years ago and he was acquitted.
Yeah.
So it's like how long do you want to hang that over a person's head?
There's some selective outreach there.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, hold on. Okay. What? R. Kelly was acquitted.
No.
But
okay.
You still hang that over his head.
All right,
and he's still a talented musician.
R. Kelly is different because it was on videotape and it was with a child.
But he still got acquitted.
Because the jury was a bunch of dumbasses probably.
Okay, another one, Michael Jackson.
Oh, come on! Don't talk about MJ, man. No.
I'm as big as MJ fan as anybody else.
Those allegations.
My Aunt Gail can attest to that. She can testify to that one. I was little MJ in the family.
Those allegations were just throwing dirt on his name. No basis.
And
no
people
basis.
Still hold that over his head.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Even beyond the grave, people still hold that to his head. And the dude was probably the one of the greatest musicians ever.
Absolutely. You know what? The MJ allegations are different. You know what? This is just dirt on his name. I think just a lot of people just trying to get money off him and his estate. Nah, son.
No, definitely that.
Yeah. But yeah, Black Panther, man. Any other thoughts? Any other?
I'm gonna read off some of these Easter eggs that I came across. Shout outs to CBR.com.
Okay.
I came across this article where they reveal like some Easter eggs. So the first one is the Oakland roots of the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Okay. It says here, Ryan Coogler, who wrote and directed the film, was born in Oakland, California, and his hometown has played a major role in all three of the major motion pictures that he has released so far: Fruitvale Station, Creed, and now Black Panther, which both opens and closes in Oakland. Here, though, Kuba is not simply referencing his own childhood, but looking at the very important connection that Oakland has to the cultural history of Black Panther. Oakland, you see, was where the Black Panther Party was formed in 1966 by Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, Sharon Fort, Rocky Fort, Bobby Hutton, and Albert Howard. Newton took an iconic shot of him sitting in a wicker chair that looked like a throne, along with a gun and a spear. The image, which was the inspiration for an ad for the film featuring Black Panther and his Wakandan throne.
Ah, nice.
All right. Ooh, I don't think I can probably get to this. Is a lot.
Yeah, you can just like it can be like one per page, one or two per page.
Okay. Actually, okay. And another one was the if you remember at the beginning of the film. Damn, I'm talking like you now. The film.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah. The beginning of the movie that where Eric Killmonger was in the British Museum, and after they robbed it, so he was looking at the mask, and it was like, wait. So Ulysses Claus was like, "You want that mask?" He's like, "What are you trying to see? Is that mask made of vibranium too?" And he's like, "I'm just feeling it." Mm-hmm. Take it.
Okay.
He sure did. Well, that was actually part of that was something that Eric Killmonger actually wore in the comics as well.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, a tribute to the first Black Panther. Mm-hmm. In the oversized one shot that helped launch the Marvel's current Marvel Legacy event, writer Jason Aaron took us 1 million years into the past to see the Avengers of that era, which basically consisted of Odin, Agamotto, who later willed the powerful eye of Agamotto to the Sorcerer Supreme, and the original versions of a number of Marvel characters whose powers get passed down over time, namely Ghost Rider, Phoenix, Starbrand, Iron Fist, and of course Black Panther. Before this amazing reveal, however, the first Black Panther that we knew about came during Jack Kirby's late 70s Black Panther run. His name was Bashenga. In the film, tribute is paid to this character by having Mount Bashenga, where vibranium is mined, and Shuri has her lab named after him.
Oh. Interesting touch.
Yeah, and then Killmonger wants to freaking set it on fire.
Yeah. Burn it all.
All right. Let me see. Charging right off the comic book page. One of the most stunning visual sequences in the film came from the final battle of the movie, where the Wakanda army, remaining loyal to Killmonger, are trying to kill T'Challa, while the Dora Milaje, still loyal to T'Challa, battle against their fellow Wakandans. The army unleashes a bit of a secret weapon, vibranium armored rhinos.
Yep.
While it's still a stunning spectacle in the film, it's amazingly enough it actually evokes a classic Black Panther storyline from the comic books and the original Panther's Rage story arc from Jungle Action, which provided the basic framework for the film story arc, right down to Killmonger throwing T'Challa from a waterfall in both stories. Mm-hmm. Black Panther actually does wrestle a rhino in Jungle Action #9 by Don McGregor, Gil Klein, and Klaus Johnson. Mm-hmm. Just like he does in the film. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll actually find this article and then post it on our Facebook page so you guys can take a look at it. But there's plenty more Easter eggs. But definitely watch the movie first before you read those.
Yeah, absolutely. Full of spoilers. And also too, with Black Panther's financial success this past weekend, Black Panther, it cost nearly $200 million to make and $150 million to market. So it's a total of $350 million in all. So as of today, the film grossed $235 million domestically, over $184 million in foreign markets, and is currently sitting at a total gross of $419.5 million. And this is the fifth film in history to debut with over $200 million in its opening weekend, following The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, Jurassic World, and The Avengers in 2012.
Didn't Fast and Furious 8 break one of those records as well?
No, it didn't make $200 million in its opening weekend.
Oh, opening weekend. Okay.
Yeah, so Black Panther, fifth film in history to cross the $200 million mark in its opening weekend. So that tells you something right there. So yeah, any final thoughts on Black Panther?
Man, it was well worth the hype. Go see it. Go see it again when it comes out on DVD. Get it.
Blu-ray.
I don't know. I still say it. It's like a 20-year habit.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's just definitely worth it. Bring your kids to see it because representation matters.
Oh yes, representation matters, and I gotta say, this film absolutely lives up to the hype. I loved it. This is my favorite MCU film.
I would probably say it succeeds Civil War. Like my top three Marvel films so far: Black Panther, Civil War, and the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, good list. Yeah, For me, this is my favorite MCU film, and for many of the reasons that we've stated in this review, go see it. And it's so awesome to see a predominantly black cast in a major mainstream big budget superhero Hollywood film. And it's done so well, and it's executed so brilliantly, from its production and costume design to its cinematography to its acting, the score, everything. Every element works. And Ryan Coogler is 3 for 3 right now, and I cannot wait to see his next film. Him and Michael B. Jordan are like De Niro and Scorsese, you know, so I want to see what their fourth collaboration is going to be, because we're in for something special. And Ryan Coogler is only 31. Yo, so I got to step my game up. So this film is...
we all do.
Yeah.
At some point.
Like, this is one of these creatively inspiring films that, you know, I want to make something. I don't know what. Maybe for fun. I've said it before, but I want to make something for sure, damn it. And I will.
Do it.
I'm going to do it.
I ain't stopping you.
No, ain't nobody stopping me. I'm going to do something, damn it.
All
So yeah, Black Panther, check it out in theaters now. It's so awesome that current generations of kids get to see this awesome representation on screen. So hopefully we'll see more black heroes, more Latino heroes, Asian heroes, Middle Eastern heroes, Native American heroes, all that. It's going to be awesome. And now we got our one and only email from the resident supervillain, John Haponic.
Oh, Lord. All right, come on.
All right, so John Haponic chimes in with his email with his hot take on Black Panther. Subject line: Black Panther meow. Hey fellas, inspirational characters, great costumes, positive vibes, challenging racial perceptions. All that amazing stuff is in Black Panther. What isn't there is a good movie.
This motherfucker here.
You know it's bad when you're cheering for the villain to win. Michael B. Jordan stole the show for me and admittedly is my favorite Marvel villain to date. Letitia Wright was pretty cool too. So, while I didn't fall asleep during the movie, I have one key moment stuck in my mind. You've complained about Wonder Woman's final battle. Good lord, Black Panther's train fight was the absolute worst. Badly edited, lame effects, and insanely anticlimactic. This coming from the director of Creed? At least have Killmonger get hit by the train. I bet that was an awkward elevator ride afterward to see the Wakandan sunset. Typical Marvel, and further signs that Infinity War will disappoint. Don't worry, I'll still go see it to pass the time until Aquaman. DC for life, John Haponic. P.S. Fun fact, Michael B. Jordan did the voice of Cyborg in DC in Flashpoint Paradox before any Marvel appearance. What good taste. Okay. John, now, buddy, this is at this point.
That's your friend.
At this point,
he's holding on to his reputation.
Yeah, at this point, you might be expecting a rant from me, but you know what? You're not going to get a rant from me because you know what,
No.
John? No, hold on. You know what, John? I'm not mad at you for this email because you are entitled to your opinion, but I am rather very, very disappointed in your opinion, in your take on Black Panther. Here you have a brilliant film in the MCU, which is a unique entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a unique entry in the superhero genre, period. And you fail. You fail to see the majesty and prestige and quality in this film. I mean, what's it gonna take, John? I ask you, what is it going to take? Eh? What is it going to take for you to give Marvel its credit, its due credit? Stupid boy. If Black Panther, take Marvel out the picture, okay? Take Marvel out of the picture. If Black Panther, right? If Black Panther was a DC EU property, right? If Black Panther was a DC Comics character, and if the film itself was exactly the same from opening to end credits, you mean to tell me that if it was a DC film, then you would give it its due props? You would say it was the best comic book film ever? But because it's Marvel, fuck that noise. Stupid boy. Rubbish person. Foolish person. You are so lucky that you live in Houston, because if I had to come down I will smack fire out you motherfucker.
Okay, whoa.
I mean, glory be to Bass. I have suffered in this line, because if I ever see you, if you ever show your face here on this podcast, I will bring.
It will be the ultimate debate.
It will be the ultimate debate. I will bring fire. I'll bring fire from the sky. I will smack you in the face with it one time. Hey, I do not know. I do not understand. I do not understand. You make me bring my Nigerian accent for this one. Rubbish person, foolish person, stupid person. Get your life, boy. Bye.
You on cocaine?
I'm good.
Okay.
See, I had to get my Nigerian accent out for this one, because you know what, I can't believe John Haponic. I don't know, and here he is. John Haponic just joined us.
So he missed it.
John, I don't know if you're a deliberate troll. I don't know if you're just trying to live up to your reputation on this podcast as a resident supervillain, as a DCEU fanboy, but I gotta say, man, give it up. Because, John, what you are truly the Dallas Cowboys fan of comic book fandom.
See, you can
all
use
right?
another fan base. You can use another fan base. You can use the Cleveland. No, you can use the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, you know what? Cleveland Browns, because of what? They're 0-16. I mean, look at DCEU's track record. Man of Steel, an L. Batman vs. Superman, an L. Suicide Squad, L. Wonder Woman, a W. Justice League, another L. How many L's is that? 1, 2, 3. 4 L's, 1 W. Come on, man. Marvel Cinematic Universe, 18 films in a row. And yeah, 2 of them are disappointments, Thor the Dark World and Guardians 2.
Mediocre at best.
This is the very best in the MCU. And you fail to see the prestige behind this film. You know what, John? You better pray that you never end up on this podcast.
I want him to be on this podcast. We need to have this debate.
Oh, I will win. It will be a debate that you will lose. You will lose spectacularly, my friend. 10 times out of 10, you will lose that battle. Get your life, John. I mean, DCEU for life. I mean, yeah, DCEU for life. That's why they're rebooting the whole goddamn universe with Flashpoint. So while we enjoy Infinity War in May, you're going to be sitting there rewatching Justice League. Pissant. What you got to say, man?
Well, on to our question of the week.
All right, let's do this.
All right, so now I'm actually going to... Well, this is going to be pretty general, but in honor of Black History Month, I think this will be our last podcast of Black History Month.
No, I think we have there's another Tuesday next week.
Is it?
Yeah, so we're still good.
Oh, yeah, but still. Yeah, we are. We're still good. Who is your favorite black superhero?
Black Panther.
Damn, you just caught up in the moment, huh?
Okay, Blade.
Okay. I'm loyal. He's actually my all-time favorite superhero. Swann.
Okay. You know, I'm surprised that they're still publishing new issues of Swann. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's not even Al Simmons.
Really?
Yeah, it's a new guy whose name, like, because I stopped reading Swann like years ago, but he's just always been my favorite hero like as a kid. So if it's my favorite as a kid, I'm stuck with it.
Okay. So is it a new black dude or?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. What happened to Al Simmons though?
He actually ended up like getting killed.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, okay then.
So yeah, that will be on our social medias within a day or two. You can find us everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
Yep.
SoundCloud, iTunes. Leave us a 5-star review. Google Play.
Yep.
Everywhere. Google us.
Yeah.
You'll find us.
Yeah, Google us, leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. You can email us at codexprimepodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, man, we always thank you for your support and, you know, tuning in, watching us do what we do, and, you know, just helping us celebrate more nerd culture goodness, man. And I will say one final thing. Moving forward, I think it's safe to say that we keep jinxing ourselves every time we have a major announcement. So we're not going to do any more major announcements on this podcast. So if we show up in a different setting, or if you see a guest pop up on our show, it's just what it is. No hype, no promotion. It's just what happens. No more jinxing ourselves with announcements. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Next week's topic will be to be determined. All I can say is I can't wait for Infinity War, but I will watch Black Panther.
We didn't even get into the post credit scenes.
Oh right, yeah. Post credit scenes.
Winter Soldier kicking it with Shuri.
Yep.
Yo, vibranium arm.
Vibranium arm is coming, and Black Panther T'Challa's speech at the UN. You know, which kind of felt like a rebuke against Trump and others who support him. Like, you know, a country's not about, isolating itself. We have to expand, and
build bridges.
Build bridges.
Instead of building walls.
That's right. Believe it. It just speaks for itself. So yes, that's about it for Black Panther, for our Black Panther themed episode. Thank you so much for tuning us. John Haponic, go to hell. We will catch you on the flip. Peace out, nerds.
Later.